The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good evening, Marshall Reddick Real Estate. I'm so happy that you guys are joining us tonight. We are here to discuss our Florida cash flow and appreciation market. Some markets only get cash flow and some markets are really steering towards appreciation. But what's so popular about our Florida market is it gets both. And as you guys will see, the properties and the market data as to why it's so specific that we have been in this market and will continue to be in this market has a lot of projections that are extra positive. This is me. Welcome, welcome. I'm Tanya. I'm a real estate advisor and a licensed realtor here in California. But as an advisor, I get the fun role of helping people look at investments, not just here, but out of state. I've been with the company for about 5 years now and really enjoy what I do. I've helped over 300 people buy investment properties. So right now we're going to do a sound check. If everybody, this is an interactive presentation, please go ahead and in the questions section say hi. Oh, hey, Haroon. Glad you're on today. It's great speaking with you yesterday. Oh, hey, guys. Awesome, awesome. So I'm glad everyone can hear me. I'm going to go ahead and get to the next slide because it seems, yep, getting a lot of hellos. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. So like I said, I'm a licensed California broker. I've had my license for about 6 years now. I'm also a real estate investor, second generation to this company. My father retired from here, so I kind of grew up living, breathing real estate. Love it. My favorite thing to do. I went to school, Long Beach State University, got my degree in finance, the FRL program actually. Whoops, I think I went a little far. So numbers are my thing. Love to help you guys break down investment properties and look at all the fun numbers specifically to just, check out exactly what it is you're getting into. That's something that we enjoy doing here. We are very conservative. So I come from a long line of real estate. My grandparents did real estate and so did my parents. So obviously my passion continued. So I understand the value of investing in real estate. A little bit about Marshall Reddick. If it's your first time here joining us tonight, I know a lot of people registered through Meetup and a lot of different other channels that we have through here. We're a licensed real estate brokerage, so we help people buy and sell here locally in California. I've done everything from, Los Angeles Valley all the way out to Palm Springs and down to San Diego. So I go where my clients are, and because I just analyze and do a lot of the negotiation contract specialized area of real estate. We have local property management here in California in all those areas, as well as in every single market that we help you buy. We have a property management team lined up, which is so important. Someone to take care of your property. And private lending. Private lending is quite unique. A lot of my clients that exceeded their 10 properties that they could buy conventionally started asking, hi, how can I still continue to make more money? So private lending is a really fun niche. People can use it with their retirement funds, self-directed funds, etc. Ask me and I'll be happy to dive into that because tonight we're here to talk about Florida, but it's a great way to make money with your money. But everything that you would need in a transaction, we have, from the real estate agent, which you're going to meet today, Terry Duffy and Ken, and we have property managers, lenders, insurance agents. You know how everyone's like, build your team to do real estate. We already have the team that we've worked with for years. So once you've had a property for a long time and you want to not pay taxes on it, you can defer your taxes, sell your home, do a 1031 exchange, and I can help you get that done right. So happy to help you walk through that process and continue growing your wealth. So a lot of people are like, well, how come you didn't pick a specific market like XYZ? I'm like, because we analyze the markets. We figure out, how to choose where we invest. The job market needs to be strong, right? You need tenants that are able to be gainfully employed, which also impacts how long a home would be vacant for, right? And during turnover, how, desirable is that neighborhood? economic diversity, housing affordability, right? Like it really doesn't make sense to buy properties in Manhattan, New York, or for that sake over here on the West Coast, Manhattan Beach. It's very expensive. The rents don't make sense unless you're going straight for an appreciation play. Is it landlord friendly? A lot of us that are on tonight, California is not landlord friendly, but all the states that we do recommend out of California are landlord friendly. So that's big for you guys. Is there strong education, strong like universities, which kind of shows a reflection of the types of employers that are surrounding that area. Reliable property management is key. So we're in so many markets. We're in 16 major metropolitan markets, 8 different states across the U.S. As you can see, there are quite a few, but today we're here to talk about Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Lehigh Acres, Florida. It has done so well for my clients, rental rates continuing to increase time and time again, year after year. All of the data points to that which I can help you learn. I want to know why you guys are on here tonight. What have you heard? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to launch the first poll. This is interactive, as I said, so don't forget to write your questions throughout this presentation so that we can get those answered. If they're too in-depth, I'm going to wait till the end and answer all of your questions. So the very first one is, why are you interested in the Southwest Florida market? Is it for cash flow? Is it for appreciation? Is it for personal connection? Like maybe you want a retirement home there one day. Maybe you had great holidays there in the summer, or you just like have no idea and you're just here to learn. So, all of these answers are excellent answers because they're unique, just like you. And everybody's here for a different reason. So go ahead, feel free to vote. I'm going to close out the poll, and I'm going to share the results with you guys so you can see what everybody else is on here for today. Okay, and now I'm going to share. So it looks like about 73% of you guys are on here for cash flow. 9% are here for appreciation. 0 people are here for personal reasons, which is great. You guys are looking at these homes like stocks, which is really important. We're huge on analyzing. And some of you guys are just here. 18% of you are here because you're not sure yet. You're just checking out the market. So that's wonderful. Let's go on. Let me tell you a little bit before I introduce Ken and Terry about this, how this flow is going to work. We're going to go over this market, talk about the jobs, the data. We have a couple of videos for you on some humongous projects that have added such great value to the area and things to come. We're going to talk about a very special promotion that you guys get. It's about $1,000 of savings to you guys on average that we're going to give to you if you just go ahead and mention that you are checking out this webinar before year end if you guys contract on anything. So that's wonderful. And also we're going to go over the property management and the properties, which is the exciting part, right? So that's a little breakdown of how it's going to go. So with much further ado, I would like to introduce Ken and Terry.
All right. Hey, guys. How are you tonight?
Hello.
That's my wife.
Yeah. It looks like a couple people are saying hi. Oh, you guys have a couple of people on here that have bought with you before. All right, cool. I'll let you guys take it away.
Awesome. Well, guys, want to thank you taking your time to jump on the webinar tonight and just kind of bring you into our area for you first-time investors. Coming into our market, we do have some great properties. Some of the people that are on the webinar that have bought here before, you guys know, property values are performing really well. Just locally, the median single-family home prices went up $30,000 last year in our markets, just in Lee County specifically. So the areas that we're going to look at tonight are going to be Lehigh Acres, Cape Coral, and the Fort Myers area. So for those of you guys wondering, we're still here after a blistering Category 3 hurricane. Our real estate market is kind of unblemished by it. We did good. We did really well. We had a lot of tree damage in the area. The actual eye of the hurricane hit right in Naples, and we fared real well. So we dealt with our property manager. I think they had, out of 300 properties, I think he had 20 that were insurable claims. No heavy damage on roofs. The houses are built towards the Miami-Dade hurricane code, so the houses are all built to 150 plus mile-an-hour winds. So with that, Terry and I, she does most of the heavy, she does all the heavy lifting. I'm a local captain down here on a fire engine, so that's my full-time hobby, and I do real estate and back her up. And my background's in construction. I did 20 years in New York City as an elevator constructor. So when we're out there looking at the properties and vetting the properties for the investment group, we kind of know what we're looking at based on my background. So Terry does all the transactions from soup to nuts. She'll take care of you. Whatever your needs are, we're here for you. So we've been exclusive buyer agents for Marshall Reddick since 2004. We deal directly for Marshall Reddick buyers. We don't really dabble in the local real estate market here for buyers and sellers and whatnot. We deal exclusively for Marshall Reddick, so we're able to dedicate full time to you guys. And that's what you'll get with Terry. She'll just take care of every need, and it's from soup to nuts. So with that, we'll move on to the next one, Tanya. So Southwest Florida, Cape Coral, Lehigh Acres, that's the map. We're on the west coast of Florida. It's the quiet side. It's not as busy as the East Coast. On the Miami side, our population is in Fort Myers itself is just creeping up on about 680,000. So, however, in the winter, when all the weather gets bad up north in the Midwest, all the snowbirds come down. So our population swells to about 1.4 million from 600,000. So if you can imagine, the roads are very clogged, which I know if you're in Southern California, you guys get that all the time. So it does very well for our market. It pours an abundance amount of money, discretional money into the market, whether it be for real estate, people coming down, buying houses, vacationing. Our market performs extremely well during the 6 months. And our winter season down here, what we call snowbird season, is usually between right around Thanksgiving, and then they all take off and head back up north when the spring comes, like around Easter time. So we have a great market, a lot of buying and selling. The actual single family home appreciated 18%, and the median price of the houses in Southwest Florida now are right around $255. So this is a good map, and that's good, Tanya, on the slide moving. So we've got Cape Coral shaded in yellow. It's a big cape. We'll talk a little bit more in the future in a couple more slides ahead. But basically, a cape is a peninsula of land surrounded by three sides of water. Cape Coral is a unique location in Florida, the whole state of Florida, because it's got 400 miles of navigatable canals for boats. So it's kind of like a little wonderland, boater's wonderland. So we deal a lot in that market. We also deal out in Lehigh Acres in the upper right. That is more like a bedroom community to Fort Myers. The population out there is right around 100,000 and growing. And those communities are seeing massive growth. We're seeing a lot of new homes being built, a lot of duplexes being built. So the cash flow is working out real well. And Terry will go over some of those properties at the end of the slide presentation. We'll go over some stats, some numbers, and properties that are available. And then we have Fort Myers, which is the one of the older parts here. It's been around a long time. So Fort Myers is a more developed, older city. However, there is a lot of development going along the river. If you see between Cape Coral and the city of Fort Myers, you've got the Caloosahatchee River. The river is about a mile wide. So it's got some great water views, but we're seeing a lot of redevelopment on the waterfront in Fort Myers. They're breaking ground on a new convention center and a hotel in downtown Fort Myers. A couple of the developers from Miami are starting to put up 230-story towers. There are two that just got completed not too long ago, and Camp Felice is another one that has just been opened up for sales recently. So our market's continuing to grow. We got a lot of real estate that's available, and we're doing real good down here. So next slide. So this is just going to be a short little video. It's Lee County's steady growth, and it came off of the website. If you guys have a pen handy, write down leecountybusiness.com. leecountybusiness.com. That's a great website to go to get information about our area. So we'll just watch this short video, and then we'll move on. Well, hopefully it's not buffering. Do we have sound on that?
Can Tanya hear you?
I don't know. Tanya, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you guys not hear it?
No, we're not hearing the sound on it.
Oh no, I have a question. Let me see how I can get that for everybody to hear. Hang in there with me, guys.
Okie doke.
Can you guys hear it now?
I can't hear it on this end.
He can't hear it.
Oh man.
Wondering if I pull up the ones I have, you know, if mine would work on my end, Tanya.
Okay, well, I can hear the sound just fine through here. I guess you guys just can't hear it there.
Can anybody
For some reason.
send
No,
a text
everybody's
in?
saying that there's no sound. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, what I can do, you guys, is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to send this to everybody. Okay. So I'm going to
Perfect.
send you the 2 webinars all about learning why Lee County is important, like all the business data. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. They're about 2 minutes long and they're really, really information. So I'll go ahead and send those out to everybody today. Okay, we're going to just exit out of here and go back to the lovely PowerPoint. Okay, good try, guys. Sorry.
All right, so Lee County steady growth. Lee County is home to one of the fastest growing populations in the nation. Research projects a 9% increase in Southwest Florida's 25 to 54 age group by 2020, compared to a 4% across the state of Florida. Our area has seen a huge increase in a lot of younger people moving into the area. The job growth is what's responsible for that. There's a lot of younger families and younger people moving into the area, back into the area, because we have a huge baby boomer population that is moving back in and into South Florida, and they are requiring young workers to take over jobs to support their spending habits, which is a good thing. So Lee County's population is expected to grow at an average of 1.8% a year. So we're getting steady growth down here. We see it. We see it in our schools. Lee County is in the process of acquiring land and building 1 school per year for the next 10 yewe're in the process of putting up 2 high schools right now, one out by Lehigh Acres and another one down in South Lee County by Bonita Springs. You can go to the next one.
We can. Yeah, we can. Okay. Okay.
All right, Florida state business created 260,600 new private sector jobs.
You were almost about to do it.
Yeah, but it's like.
Hey, Tanya. Okay, she just muted herself. So total job creation in the state of Florida since December 2010 was over 1 million jobs. Our state became number 3 in population, right behind you guys. So it's California, New York, and then Florida. So we're climbing up around 17 million in population. A lot of people are starting to retire and move to South Florida. So Fort Myers area created 4,200 new jobs last year, and the area's unemployment rate sits at 5%. Some of the stats I just checked this afternoon, we're actually down. We were at 4.9% last month. Or actually last quarter, and now we're down to 4.5%. So unemployment is very, very good here. Employment is very good. We're at full employment. So the Naples area added 2,300 new jobs, and the area's unemployment rate currently, their unemployment rate sits at 5% as well. All right, next. In January, the Fort Myers area had 6,700 new job openings, 1,000 of them in high-skill, high-wage occupations. The industries with the most job, with the largest job growth gains in Fort Myers over the past year were education and health services. Like I just touched on, we're building schools. Right now, there is a teacher shortage in our area, so there's a lot of teacher jobs available, and nursing is becoming really sought after positions down here. They're building one brand new hospital down where we live, and it's coming out of the ground. It's a steel frame right now, but they're looking to add 200 hospital beds, and they're in the process of securing, I think, 175 acres to build a level 1 trauma center, which is badly needed down here. So trade, transportation, and utilities with 1,200 new jobs to support all the new construction. So America's fastest growing cities, as you can look at it, 2016, we made the list of Forbes. So we got some of the statistics on the right. Population growth, 3.39%. Population by 2017. Job growth is good. Metro area growth rate is good. A lot of good wages. Wages are coming up down here, which is good because that helps support your rents. If people can pay the higher rents, then it means your property's cash flow and perform a lot better. So home price growth. So there's a lot of stats on that slide as well. So Cape Coral, Fort Myers ranked second in the 10 hottest real estate markets to watch in 2017. Alluding back to one of my other statistics, like I said, property values rose $30,000 for single family homes in our area. Cape Coral ranked #1 for one of the best cities for future job growth. They're doing a lot of commercial building. There's so many new homes moving into Cape Coral right now, and people moving in that they have to have infrastructure to support it, like the Home Depots and the Lowe's and the Costco's and the Sam's and stuff like that. So the big draw to the South Florida area is our beaches. As you can see through these photos that I took, the beaches is where it's at. We're a very outdoor community, very big boating community down here. If you want to move down here and have that retirement lifestyle, South Florida is where it's at. The beaches are very clean, very quiet. They get pretty busy during spring break and whatnot, but it's a great place to come down and visit. So we're going to swing into the city of Fort Myers, the downtown river district. If you guys want to get some information about Fort Myers, you can just put into your Google search box downtown river district Fort Myers, and there's just going to be tons and tons of information that's going to come up on your screen with regards to what's going on downtown. Developers are coming into the area. They came in like during the downturn in the market, and they started buying up a lot of the commercial real estate along the riverfront to build new condos, new high-rise condos. They invested over $500 million in new condo shops and office space. These are future projects that are coming out. $60 million project called Campo Felice just opened up for sales about 4 months ago. High-end condos right down on the beach, or actually right down on the river. Downtown Fort Myers is already home to 56 restaurants, plenty of shopping. More is expected to open as new restaurants move to downtown. City officials are also working on a 600-car parking garage, which is really going to help. Like anywhere else, when people want to go down to these shops and visit, they have no place to park. So I think once they put that parking garage in, that area is going to serve real well. So there's a lot of other projects that are coming out of the ground down in the Cape, down by the one bridge down there by the Harborside Convention Center. They're putting up a new Luminary Hotel down there. And that broke ground yesterday. Oh no, last month. So Gartner is another big employer. They just secured a 75-acre facility, and they're going to build another campus. So they employ over 1,200 people in Lee County right now. They're anticipating growing into more than 2,300 associates by 2022. So it's an information technologies company. They help other companies run their business better, and it's a great asset to the area. The economic development team that works for Lee County is really doing a good job by luring and going out and soliciting companies to move to the area, giving them great tax incentives, tax breaks, and that pulls a lot of people into the area. And what do they need housing. So this is the Luminary Hotel I was telling you about. This project took about 2 years to come out of the ground. It's going to be right downtown Fort Myers by the Harborside Convention Center. So they're going to build this hotel over the post office, the existing post office, and it's going to be a great addition to the downtown Fort Myers area. So 12-story riverfront convention hotel, garage complex, right next to the actual park on the Harborside Event Center. So it's a great addition to the Fort Myers area. Allure Towers, they're coming. They're probably going to break ground sometime in 2018, first quarter, second quarter. Two new 32-story high-rise projects. These are developers that came over from Miami, and they are all high-end. So they secured the land during the market downturn, and they're going to be doing upscale residences there as well. So there's their website I was telling you about, myriverddistrict.com. That'll give you guys information to fill some of those unanswered questions. That arrow I have pointed in the box on the right, if you can go back to that, Tanya, real quick. That's where the convention center is, where the arrow is, and the building that's just below the arrow, that's the actual post office. So the hotel is going to be going over that actual post office right there. So that's where the Luminary Hotel is going to be going. Next slide. All right, so we talked about Cape Coral's market. We're going to touch base into that in more. So now Lehigh Acres is a really good location to invest in for cash flow. Property prices are not as high as they are in Cape Coral. It's a bedroom community. Lehigh Acres is one of the largest residential communities in Lee County. It's one of the highest elevations, so there's no flood insurance required out in Lehigh Acres, which also helps with cash flow. Less expenditures going into your rental property, so it works real well. It's an affordable bedroom community situated 15 minutes from Fort Myers. Lehigh Acres is about 96 square miles, pre-platted residential community. All the roads were put in back in the 60s. All the properties were subdivided back in the 60s. So when you look at it on Google Maps, it looks like a very big, large, vast area, and it is. And there's a lot of people that are moving out there. Comprised of mostly quarter-acre lots, which are about 10,000 square feet. And there's a section in Lehigh Acres where they have half-acre lots for single-family home sites. So whatever your need is, if you guys are interested in looking at some properties out there, just tell us what you need and what you're looking for. And we constantly, Terry's on the MLS all the time looking for properties that are coming on the market and getting some good deals. So it's a typical single-family home site. You got duplexes on the bottom and single family homes. These are just typical photos of what the houses look like down here in Florida if you haven't been down here or you're a new investor. So Lehigh Acres is located about 40 minutes from all of the Southwest Florida beaches. So it's real close access. Everything where we live is no more than 45 minutes from anything. So we're all very well condensed. Lehigh Acres location offers easy access to Southwest Florida International Airport, and the population is around, I'd say right around 100,000 now. As of 16, it was 97, so we're a little higher now. So Cape Coral is kind of a unique, it's the largest city in the state of Florida. It's huge. It's nicknamed the Waterfront Wonderland. This planned city was conceived as a boater's paradise. Obviously, it's bordered or bounded by three sides of water, featuring more than 400 miles of navigatable canals that provide access to the Gulf of Mexico. So if you're the type of person that wants to come down, and Terry's had investors buy seasonal rental properties where they have access to the water in their backyard with boats and kayaks and whatnot, Cape Coral is where it's at. It's a growing community. There's so many new projects coming out of the ground, and the properties are appreciating very well, and the population is just booming. Cape Coral's population is right around 160,000 right now, and I believe 2050 build out is supposed to be somewhere north of 250,000. This is an aerial photo of Cape Coral. So when you look at it, it's exactly what it looks like when you're down on the streets. All those dark blue lines and those four lakes that you see in the dead center, those are Thunderbird Lake, but all the houses all have canals behind them. Now there's a lot of parts of Cape Coral that don't have access to Gulf access, and those are the more affordable houses that the investors are buying. They're called dry land sites or off water sites, but that's just a good aerial view of the size of Cape Coral. To the right-hand side, you'll see those two bridges that take you over to Cape Coral from Fort Myers. Exactly, and then so there's access to Fort Myers, and a lot of people, live in Cape Coral, work in Fort Myers, or they come down to Naples and work in the Naples area. Population, 2017 is 186,000 full-time residents. Population on track to be over 200,000, like I said, by 2020, not 2050. This is a new project that's coming out of the ground. Downtown Village Square consists of a 250,000 square feet of non-residential space spread over 5 structures plus 152 private dwellings. It's going to be 2 residential towers. Will include parking garages on the bottom floor with room for approximately 1,000 vehicles. There's one part of downtown Cape Coral that they're actually going to start knocking down a lot of older buildings and putting all this stuff in because it's what all these baby boomers want when they come down. They want to be able to live above the shopping and just go downstairs out of their house and have everything right at their fingertips. So the city of Cape Coral is moving ahead with plans to build a $10 million convention center, which they have, and it's actually going to be opening up within the next 2 months. The 35,000 square foot facility is located right next to this big hotel you see on the left, which is the Westin Hotel at Tarpon Point. So there's a lot of big heavy hitters that are bringing their money into South Florida. And I think
Okay, you guys, this is one of the videos that I'm going to be sending you. Ken, did you want to talk a little bit about this project? And then, you know, we can send them the video later.
Yeah. The Bimini Basin project is another project coming out of the ground in South Cape Coral. It's similar to the downtown one we just talked about. They're going to come in and revitalize the area. They're going to build on a lot of existing vacant land. The basin is a very large basin, so they're going to take advantage of the basin, the big water basin, where right now there's a lot of sailboats and boats that are moored out in the basin. So they're going to build a lot of the same type of building that we see, prevalent down here in South Florida, which is residential over commercial, and the commercial could be restaurants or, shopping malls and stuff like that. So when you guys see this video, Bimini Basin, or if you can just go into YouTube and put in Cape Coral Bimini Basin project and it'll pop right up. So South Florida's got a lot of colleges. These are just some of the heavy hitters. We got Florida Gulf Coast University, Hodges University, and Florida Southwestern. They're all 4-year colleges. They're growing leaps and bounds. Florida Gulf Coast grew from 4,000 students to over 15,000 students in a couple of years. Florida Southwestern, their campus is growing. They've added a complete sports project to it. A lot of people are coming down here, and they're bringing their kids and coming to colleges. So colleges are very strong down here. They add a lot of strength to the economy, a lot of jobs. This is a basketball, volleyball stadium that just opened up last year. $24 million project, 70,000 square foot, 3,300 seat arena. They use it for everything. It's right in Fort Myers, close to downtown and close to the campus. They use it for volleyball, basketball, concerts, and whatnot. So Florida Gulf Coast University, these photos I took here on the bottom, they're about 2 months ago. They're creating a university village for the students. They want to have students come to their college and come to their campus. Florida Gulf Coast University has a huge nursing program, very huge nursing program. So they want their kids to come to the campus and stay on campus. So they're building housing, 600 units for student housing, and they're going to build a series of restaurants and all kinds of places for them to go to. So we have huge shopping venues down here. They're down in Florida. The big thing is outside shopping malls like you guys have in California as well. So Gulf Coast Town Center is another huge one. It's right near the college campus. Quick access for everybody that wants to run in, get something to eat, or do some shopping. It's got big anchors like Costco and Dick's and LA Fitness and Bass Pro Shops and stuff. So another one is Miramar Outlets. This is a huge discount outlet mall. It's been down here probably since the year probably just around 2000. It's a massive outlet center. They've just recently completed a 4th edition, and it's got over probably 230 or 240 discount stores with restaurants throughout. And it's got that, all the malls out here, they all have a Mediterranean type of look. So it's very, very clean and new. A lot of our malls are all, built within the last 10 years. So Coconut Point Mall is another huge shopping destination in South Fort Myers or South Lee County. This is right down where Terry and I live, and it's massive. When we moved in here, back in 2001, this was nothing but 250 acres of just cow pasture, and now it's It's got anchors like Dillard's and you know, Target, and it's just everything you can imagine. There's so many shops and restaurants and everything. You can go over there and just have everything you need. So another good, strong economy. JetBlue Park, as you guys know, South Florida is the land of spring training. So JetBlue Park was built in 2012. It's a massive facility. It's for the Boston Red Sox. We also have the Minnesota Twins, which are they're very close to the Fort Myers, downtown Fort Myers area. So we got two of those major spring training camps down here, and the Atlanta Braves just signed a deal for a $40 million training facility in Northport, which is just a little bit north of here. So that's another big draw for spring training down here. A lot of money gets poured into the economy. These are just some of the pictures I'd taken not too long ago. A lot of the high-rise condos that are going up in Naples and Fort Myers. So the residentials are coming back. People are buying condos again, and the economy is back on track, and it's growing very very steady. As I like to say, it's not like it was before in the market run up. Everybody's coming down, and they've got a lot more money invested into their real estate choices. So Hertz New World headquarters has been opened up for about 2 years now. They brought when they opened up, they brought about 500 jobs to the area. They're continuing to hire and looking for people, new employees coming into the area. So they are looking to add a total of 1,700 jobs by 2020. So that facility is right across the street in South Lee County, and it's continuing to grow. It's another good anchor company for our area. So just some stats on the airport: nearly 8.4 million annual passengers came through in 2015. I believe that number is up around 9 now. I need to probably update some of these slides. Approximately 2,300 passengers daily, 23,000 passengers daily come through. We have an average of 217 flights. The economic impact, based on the Department of Transportation in 2014, did an impact study, and just all the money that comes through in this airport created $4.3 billion in direct and indirect stimulation through the economy. So this is a little chart Marshall Reddick pulled up. It's from the MSA, our area, and if you look at the chart at the top, it shows the growth pattern, where we are and where we're heading. So we're almost ready for a new chart. We're into 2016. We'll be updating this chart as well. But as you can see, we just have a steady growth in the property classes across the board going up. So the investments are doing very well for those of you that have down here already. So if you guys need a detailed market data packet, you guys can download it free on the Marshall Reddick website. However, if you guys want to really get your pulse on what's going on down here, give Terry a call, myself a call, and we can answer any questions that you guys need answered to help you guys make a good choice for your investment.
Yeah, and if you guys are interested, if you guys don't want to try to figure out if you're brand new to our company, just go ahead and type in the questions box that you would like me to send you the data packet for you to review. It's quite, it is filled with everything. Basically, this presentation compiled into all fun data stats. And so let me know if you guys want me to send it to you or other real estate advisors here. So we will go ahead and get that sent to you.
All right. So what we're going to do now is, I know Terry's been taking up a lot of airtime and she's been talking a lot. So she's going to get on and go over some of the properties that she's handpicked and talk about the special that they're running.
All right, you guys are looking at now. This is our holiday season sale for any, if you contract, I think it's between like now and the end of the year on anything in Florida. You get a $200 credit from me, from Ken and I, on the closing statement. You get a free month of property from my realty story, and you get a free appraisal credit at closing also. Now, those are only going to come, obviously, you know, if you use the property management company that we use, and we've got a couple different lenders that we use. We got AmeriFirst, which I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with, and we also have Fairway Funding down here. That's a local lender, and both of them are in agreement to give you the free appraisal credit at closing. So you would have to use one of those to get that. If you use somebody else, then obviously you're not going to get that. But anyways, obviously it saves you, you know, over $800, so you might as well get the bonuses while you can. This is the first property that we showcase. It's just, you know, kind of a standard little house in Lehigh Acres. It is 2007, a little over 1,000 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath for, you know, I think it's like $129,900. Great price. This thing's gonna rent. It's gonna cash flow. If you look at the bottom, the monthly income, over $400 a month for the monthly income. There's on the website, there's a lot of inside pictures also that you can take a look at. But you know, these are good. I mean, our appreciation rate is nice here, and our cash flow is nice here, so we have the best of both worlds on these here. Our property management company normally has any properties that we bring you guys rented within a 30-day period. I know that's always a question that comes back to us. I think that we've got actually 2 houses that are similar to this on the website if you guys want to go back and check them out at a later time, but I just kind of picked this one because I thought it was I think it's a cute little house. When you look at the numbers, the rent, the $11.95 rent, I get those rents directly from the property management company. I don't make those up. So I send all the properties to them, so they're vetted through them before I put them on the website, and they tell me, you know, what they think they can get. And this property management is about, you know, 99% accurate. Sometimes they get a little bit higher. There are times that they've gotten a little bit lower, but most of the time they're pretty spot on. The taxes, those are correct. I get those off of the Lee County website, off of the tax estimator. The insurance, I get directly from the insurance company. HOA fees, I don't normally put anything on the website with HOA fees just because it interferes with the cash flow. Unless something comes up and is just a smoking deal, and it has, like, you know, some HOA fees, but it still cash flows. So if it takes away cash flow, then we don't do any of those. Okay. So next one.
Yeah, so you guys, just so you're aware, keep track of these. Let us know which ones are your favorite, property 1, property 2. I'm sure you guys are taking notes, because otherwise it becomes a property blur.
All right, this is going to be, it's a brand new new construction duplex that's going up in Cape Coral. I believe this is scheduled to be completed by the end of December. The new duplexes, duplexes are a hot commodity around here because they cash flow great. You got double income coming in. So even if one side ends up, you know, if somebody moves out, you're still getting income on the other side coming in. 3-bedroom, 2-bath on each side. Nice oversized driveway, garages on each side. This one's priced at $312,900. This right now is one of the lowest priced duplexes for the new builds on the MLS that's available. But these will rent for about $1,250 per unit, which is great. The maintenance is going to be low because you're going to have the builder's warranty that comes along with this, which is nice. And you're going to have, you know, basically no maintenance for a while. So the monthly income on this one is over $600. The ROI is just under 18%. And there's a lot of them. I mean, the duplexes are just a really hot commodity around here. I mean, people actually sometimes prefer to rent the duplexes in Cape Coral over the houses because you kind of get the same amount, the rent for the same amount of place, and you don't have as much maintenance on these. These are some of my favorites. So, and there'll be more of these, but if you look down, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, this is one here is kind of very unique. It's not only is it waterfront, it also has a pool, which we don't see very often. Probably in 12 years, we've come across like maybe 5 duplexes that have pools. And the first question I get asked by the investors is it a liability? And I would say no, because I believe in the contract with the property management company, they have a clause in there that covers you on that. Plus you have insurance on it. But when we moved to Florida, I mean, we were not going to buy a place that did not have a swimming pool in it because, you know, obviously we have a lot of heat and humidity down here. So, it's to me, it's an asset. You will have, submit the cost. You can always offset that. You can get, pool maintenance, monthly pool maintenance for somebody to go in and take care of it. These renters that are in there, I believe, have been there for a while, because when I spoke to the listing agent, she told me that both of them wanted to re-sign a new lease. So the rents will be going up on these. And they can't really go anyplace else and find another duplex that has a pool. So they're going to want to stay. People are going to want that, just like I said, because you can't find it. It's very hard to find. And this one here, do you see the monthly income in red is, over $900 a month. And the property management said that they felt that they could get about $14.50 per unit for this one. So you're over 19% ROI on this. I love this place. I think this is great. Cape Coral, the one thing, the difference between Cape Coral and Lehigh Acres, most of the properties that we find in Cape Coral in the south are on city utilities. And this one here has all the assessments paid. In Lehigh Acres, most of Lehigh Acres is on well and septic. In the north, in the Cape Coral, it's still on well and septic. And what Cape Coral is doing is the city comes through and they have it's a utility expansion plan, and they just go area by area. And when they get to your address and it's time, they knock on your door and they say, hey, we're going to put in city utilities now. As the owner of the property, you do not have a choice. They put the city utilities in, and then you get an assessment. And that assessment can be anywhere from $15,000 to $25,000. They do have a program right now, or they've had it where it would be divided up over 10 years into your taxes. But like I said, you don't have a choice. It's kind of 6 to 1, half a dozen of the other, because the properties in the south that are already on city utilities are going to be priced higher. The properties in the north that are on well and septic are going to be priced lower. So either you're going to pay a higher price when you buy it because the utilities are already in, or you're going to pay a lower price and then have to pay, the assessment later. So one's really not better than the other. It just depends, on your preference and what you want to do. But it is an important thing to know that about the assessments in Cape Coral. In Lehigh, the city is not doing that. It's on, well and septic, it's on well and septic. There are some properties in Lehigh that are on city utilities. Mostly it's the older properties from, I don't know why it's the older ones that back then they put in the city utilities, and then when the builders started building, now they still, when they build something new, it's still on well and septic in Lehigh. But anyways, this is a unique property mostly because of the pool, and you have the canal behind you too. So you've got the water. You can put a little boat in the back if you want to. Okay. This is a typical Lehigh duplex. Also, this is 2-bedroom, 2-bath. I believe they each have a den also. 2005. The Lehigh duplexes that have these with the garages and the paved driveways, these rent for $9.95 per side. You'll see that the rents in Lehigh are a little bit lower than Cape Coral, but so are the prices. And this one here, still monthly income is over $600 a month. These rents right now, most of the stuff that you'll see, and this is always a question, everything that's a resale around here is normally under market value when it comes to the rents. And it's just because when the sellers decide to sell, they don't want to raise the rents, and chance that the tenants might possibly move out or something like that, because they think it's more attractive to say, hey, there's already income coming in, so you start with something. They figure if you start with something, it's better than nothing. So normally we get all the information as far as the leases, when they expire, and then when they expire, our property management company goes in there and they negotiate raising the rents. A lot of them will, if they're expired, they'll go month to month, and it's a standard thing for Florida contracts that if you come to expiration and it doesn't get renewed, it automatically goes month to month until somebody comes back and renews a year lease. And our property management only does year leases. They don't do 6 months, 3 months, any of the short leases like that. And they're very aggressive about keeping everything at market value once we get them. So this is a pretty duplex, and this also got an ROI just under 16%. This is a unique property that just came up. This is a triplex. Triplexes and quads, fourplexes they're very hot commodities around here. They're very hard to find because they're not building them anymore. So the ones that are out there, most people that own them have owned them for a long time, and they tend to hang on to them. When they come up on the market, they go quick. Like I said, so when we found that, I tried to get this on the MLS or the Marshall Reddick as quickly as I could so we could have it for tonight to look at it. But, it's 6 bedrooms, 3 baths. It's a little bit older, 1986. But you got 3 incomes coming in. So I'm actually getting ready to go out and do a tour on this one. But the monthly income of this is, just under $1,000. And it's on city utilities, all utilities paid. And the annual, 16% ROI on that also. So these are, I have a lot of people that call me and that they're saying, oh, I want a fourplex, I want a fourplex, I want a fourplex. We get a lot more duplexes than we do the larger units and to stay under the commercial. But this one here actually, just so everybody knows, so I don't get bombarded with calls on this one. I actually just wrote a contract for this about 30 minutes ago for one of the investors that called me on it before we started this this webinar. So hopefully I'll have more of these that will come up in the future that I can shoot out to you guys.
All right, you guys. So I hope you were taking excellent notes about the types of property that you liked best. I'm going to go ahead and launch our second poll. It really helps us understand what type of investment suits you best. That way, Terry and I can hone in specifically for you on a private search and, find exactly that same home in that same neighborhood with the same similar returns. So here is the poll. It comes up, it says, the property that I was most interested in, and these go specifically in order 1, 2, 3. We're not trying to change them up and confuse you guys. So if you guys want to go ahead and vote, let us know what type of home stood out to you most. That would be awesome. Oh goodness, a lot of people are liking the single family. I anticipated more duplexes, but this is great. Single families are wonderful. Just so you guys know while you're voting, single family homes typically, historically, appreciate better than multifamilies, but multifamilies have that security in that not all doors will be vacant at the same time, right? So you're kind of hedging your bets. But it really depends on if you guys like new construction, established neighborhoods, like all these things are different. And everyone is, again, unique and has a different plan. So I'm going to go ahead and close. So if you want to vote, go ahead and vote. I'm going to close out the poll now. All right, and I'm going to share. So it looks like a lot of you guys, 50% really like that brand new build, the duplex that's going to be completed in December. A lot of you guys enjoyed it's a tie between the first home and the second to last duplex. So this is a great, we're able to recreate these same types of home products for you. So don't be discouraged, like on that triplex that went away. We'll be able to recreate that hopefully in the future. They do come and they go really quickly.
This slide you guys are looking at now, this is our property management team. Travis Desir and his wife, Kimberly. They're a very young couple, but Travis has been in the Cape Coral area for most of his life. He actually grew up in the Sacramento area, but he's been down here for a long time. Here's just a little tidbit of information. They're like 31 years old and they have 7 children. And they range from 14 years old to 2 months old. So they keep very busy. But Travis is a brilliant guy. He's a numbers guy. he deals a lot, just not only in residential real estate, but he does a lot of commercial real estate. He has done a lot of, bought properties, fixed them up and flipped them himself. He owns a lot of properties. He owns multifamily stuff. He also owns commercial real estate. And he runs an office. He's got 4 full-time property management reps, and I think he's got about 20 real estate agents in his office. One of the biggest things that I liked about Travis when I signed up with him is they have a portal that they use for all their information. So when you sign up with him, once you have your property, you have your own portal that you can go onto, and you can see everything that's going on in your account. And then if you have any questions or anything like that, you just call him. And most people, most of the investors that are with this, they've got Travis's cell phone number, and they can call him directly. He's very accessible, which is very nice. Right now, I think they're up to about, I think, 400 units right now that they manage in 4 or 5 cities around here. Mostly commercial, multifamily. They don't do as many vacation homes. Vacation homes take a little bit more time and effort, and they concentrate mostly on the other things. But they're licensed, like I said, they're very transparent in everything they do, and you can get a hold of Travis anytime you want. Kimberly is the manager of the office. She takes care of making sure that all the owners get paid, and everything that's set up with any like repairs and stuff have to do kind of go through her. She takes care of all the invoices, anything that's bookkeeping related. They have for the Marshall Reddick Group, they have a special rate of 8% that they charge us. Most companies around here charge 10%. They do yearly leases. Like I said earlier, they don't do short-term leases. If you do not like them or you're not happy with them, you can cancel with them and you don't get charged anything. And I know a lot of companies have it in their contracts here. There's one company that charges you $300 just to cancel your any contract that you have with them, and there's no money exchanged in that. If you're not happy, they don't want you to stay if you're not happy either. So we do have the specials with Marshall Reddick. We have the 8%, and also for putting a new tenant into your property, most companies charge you 1 month of rent, and we get it for 50% of that. If there's already tenants in place, you are not charged. And I think that's about it. They're a good company. We hooked up with them about 3 years ago.
All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much, Terry. I mean, there's so many reasons why, when I talk to my clients, why they decide to invest in residential income property rather than just only stocks or leaving their money in their savings account. It's because they're looking forward to taking more vacations. If they come visit you, my clients that say it is a vacation, more secure retirement, a better lifestyle. Real estate is one of the things that hedges against inflation. So these are all very common answers. I'm going to go over some questions that you guys had. I feel like I answered a lot of them throughout the presentation, and if I didn't answer yours specifically, I guess I was waiting till the end. But go ahead, take some time, type in some questions, and also, of course, we'll be able to talk tomorrow or the day after. We can set up a time that works well for your specific questions. But let's go ahead and let's ask Terry some questions. Okay, so here's a question. All right, Terry, I'll chime in, but I'll let you answer this. One of our clients is asking, do you think that buying in a C-class neighborhood is a good idea versus an A or a B?
Okay, here's my feelings on that is, I think it's fine, because the one thing that we have to go by, when Marshall Reddick's rate A, B, and C, it has a lot to do with the average median price of real estate. And we are in a higher priced area. So an A-class house in, let's say, Boise, Idaho or someplace could be the exact same house that we have here, only ours is a C-class because our price is higher. So I don't, I'm not a fan, I guess what you would say, of the ABC rating, because it doesn't work that way. The only properties in our area that are going to be considered A-class are going to be brand new properties. And you can have a brand that, like that duplex, that brand new duplex, that's going to be an A-plus property. There can be a duplex right next door to it that's a 2007, and it's going to be considered a C-class property because of the age and the price. So no.
Yeah. So I feel that A, B, and C just dictates the type of, I guess, neighborhood you're going to be in. It gives a different type of tenant in a way, based on income, and we have that chart, so you're welcome to read it. But as Terry said, the prices in her market are a little bit skewed. The higher up you go, the less affordable it becomes. So it's a preference thing. So everybody has their own idea of what works well for them. If you are leaning more towards a cash flow market, a C-class property in any market is going to give you more cash flow than, say, an A-class. It just goes hand in hand on the returns. I have another question here. Do you feel that it's a good time to buy in November, December, and January? Do you think that that's a better time to buy than later on in the year?
I don't think in our market down here it fluctuates that much. So I would say I really don't. We don't see that much fluctuation in our area. I mean, our market is just kind of it's kind of steady as you go.
Okay. All right, perfect. Well, I did answer quite a few questions during. Are there any things that you would like to share, Terry, that you normally get asked about Florida?
No, you know what? The biggest thing we always get asked is about the hurricanes. And the one thing that people don't realize is this is the Hurricane Irma that came through here that we did get hit by, is the first hurricane that has actually hit our area since 1960. And back then it was, it was Hurricane Donna. So we get, I mean, there's a lot of hurricanes that come over through, obviously, across the Gulf of Mexico. And there was a ton of them this year, but most of them don't hit landfall where we are. They usually veer off and they go someplace else. But the insurance, hurricane insurance, is included in your homeowner's insurance. It's not two separate policies. It's one policy, and it's mandatory. So the insurance companies have it. Flood insurance is different. Most people, insurance companies will recommend you get flood insurance because with the hurricane insurance, it covers anything that is damaged by wind. Like if, part of the roof comes off, your hurricane insurance will cover that. However, if the rain comes through the roof that got blown off, your hurricane insurance does not cover the water damage. That is flood insurance. It's totally different. I mean, the house that we live in, we have flood insurance on our house. So it's recommended. You don't have to get it. And like in Lehigh, you don't have to get it on any properties. In Cape Coral, some are mandatory flood insurance properties. But it's strictly designated by address. And
yeah,
I mean, we're in our house. We've been in our house 18 years. We've never had anything even close to a flood. But yet we have to have flood insurance on our house. So we do.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes it scares a lot of people, but it's not really a bad thing.
I know. We live in California. There are earthquakes, but people don't even have earthquake insurance. It's one of those things. We're waiting, but they keep saying. So you guys, I think this is a really great webinar. What it is that I do as a real estate advisor with a consultation is we do, why are you here to invest? Goal setting, like what are you striving towards? How are you, going to get there? Evaluate your options based on the money that you have set aside to invest in real estate and what markets would work for you. When are you going to buy? That could be tomorrow. It could be 3 months from now. It could be 2 years from now, and that's totally fine. I'm just here to be your study buddy along the way to help you set criteria to get you the results that you want. And we identify markets that make sense for you. And of course, introduce you to all the key players. Just like tonight, we're introducing you to Terry. You already have the property management as well as the lenders. So that's what you can expect from a consultation. This is me. My phone number is right here. If you guys wanted to write it down or call me directly, please do. Otherwise, you can go ahead and write in the Q&A box what day and time works best, and save us both a step, and we can just put it in our calendars. Whatever works best for you. You guys let me know. We're here for you like we have been for over 30 years for all of our clients, and truly a passion. So I thank you for your time. I hope you guys really enjoyed the presentation. I know it was a lot of data because there's a lot of good stuff that Florida offers. So great to have you all on. Thank you so much, Ken and Terry, for your time. I know it's 3 hours later over there.
Thanks, guys.
That's okay.
Yeah. All right. Thanks so much. I hope you guys have a great evening. Bye.
All right. Y'all too.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah.